Hello, Mayflom here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips and just a look at the variety of materials that the ScanNCutDX can cut. So I've actually been working on a swatch book for a trade show here for Brother, and I wanted to make this quick little video because it is absolutely amazing to me. I'm always finding new things that this machine can cut. Your basic rules are under 3 millimeters, and it has to be cuttable. So as you can see, as I flip through here, we've got fabric, we've got different varieties of plastic sheeting and plastic boards, felt, paper, leather, all kinds of different leather, artificial, real, thick, thin, dyed, plain, vinyl. I mean, the list goes on. And as you can see, as I flip through here, there's quite a few. So my tips to you are this when you're cutting materials. Number one, make sure it's thin enough to actually cut and that it's something that is cuttable. Number two, I like to start with an older mat when it's a new material, just so I can get the feel of how a material reacts with a mat. I do not want a brand new, super sticky mat. And number three, I kind of try to think about what am I cutting or what projects am I making? How is this going to help me or how is this going to be a good fit for me? So right off the bat, I will tell you there are some materials that are just too thick and too heavy to hold down by a mat. One of those is it's a thermoplastic, heatable, moldable, like cosplay kind of material. It's really cool stuff. So if you're going to get one of those materials, I'm just telling you right now, I tape it down. I take painter's tape on an old mat. It doesn't even have to be sticky anymore. An old mat, and I put painter's tape all along the top and all along the sides to help pin it down, because when it's that heavy, and it's a thickness that will cut, but it's so heavy that it just simply cannot be held down by any regular mat. This is what I do. And by using an older mat, the tape is not damaging anything. The tape will come off. I can use it again and again and again. And painter's tape does a really good job of coming off once needed. Now, I will tell you with the DX, what's really, really nice is this machine is just going to cut. Now, before we get to that, though, you see this lever I'm pushing? It's an up-down. Now, if you go to try to cut, and by the way, guys, for any materials, it's always the same on the screen, what you're pressing, how you're doing it. So we're not going over that in this video. But if you go to try to cut and your lever is set to 1 instead of 2, 2 being more open, let's say, for the thicker materials, when you try to actually cut, you're going to get a warning screen that comes up that's saying, hey, no, you know, it needs to be flipped. The lever needs to be flipped. All you do is flip that lever that I just showed you and then tell it start, tell it that it's okay, and it'll cut. Now, on these thicker materials or these denser materials, sometimes it takes more than one pass. With the DX, what's really awesome, you don't have to guess. It's just going to keep sensing and keep cutting until it has made it all the way through, which is so awesome to me because I don't have to worry about what to set my blade at. It's just going to auto blade and figure it out. And I'm about 40 materials in at this point as I'm filming this video, and they've all worked fantastic. Now, more tips. If you've got plastic materials, slick materials, vinyl materials, things that stick really well. A lot of papers, vellums and cardstocks and some watercolor papers stick really well to mats. Start with your low tack mat or start with an older regular tack mat. Don't start with a brand new super tacky mat. Start less and see how it does. Do a test. Here I've got some clear plastic that is used for all kinds of things, from sewing like organizer pouches or whatever you might want. But as you can see, that mat that was not nearly sticky enough for my heavy material, totally perfect for this one, cuts out beautifully, removes beautifully. I mean, it's just, to me, it's all about, you need to sort out what material you're trying to cut and what tool is going to do the best for it. Now, I'm going to strongly recommend that you go check out my blog post that goes with this video, because I'm going into all the materials as well as my recommendations for how you're cutting those materials on my blog post, because it's just too much to cover in a video. So basically, guys, when you get into stuff like that was a really super thick felt or something that you're not so sure about, cut a small amount or get a small amount set aside and play with it, test it, Try it on the corner of an old mat. See what happens, see how it goes. Because as you can see, there's a lot of materials that we can cut with the ScanNCutDX. And with the new auto blade feature, I mean, it is just so easy because it will sort it out for you. I'm having a lot of fun. Like I said, please do be sure to check out my blog post, and I will be back at you with some projects with some of these new to me materials ever so soon. Have a great day.